opening here, or maybe you're going to the other side of the body. There. And you just keep going until you figure out different positions. Then he had someone from the rear, so if you want to come in too. So some flow by being able to just see. And then keep kind of going and letting that flow.
So the idea here is positioning and targeting, kind of?
I think that the main takeaway was to be able to see the person's body and then kind of divide them in halves and in quarters so that you could see the different parts of targets that you can hit.
So one of the things that Mr. Zisk said over and over and over again was look at nothing, see everything.
Just kind of...
Just quarter, and it will fall all into place.
And the idea is thinking of them as the attacker in sort of the lower half, upper half, and two sides as you do this, and then how does that facilitate us as a defender? I guess I'm trying to understand the concept behind it, the self-defense part behind it.
He mentioned something about having a pizza and then just having it sliced into different parts. So I think that also goes into what Sensei Torpine was talking about, how you have the legs part, the mid part, and then the high part, and then same thing with the bow, where we were doing the exercise where it was head, sides of the head, and then to the sides here, and then sort of down low.
So it's kind of thinking
like
of the
dividing
different targets you could go for.
That's what I got out of it.
Kai, go
One
ahead.
thing that I took away from it was, I thought that in the seminar there was a lot of talk about sort of redirecting and flowing with motion rather than directly blocking it. And so the idea that with the quartering, it doesn't really matter what your uke is coming in with, that you flow with it, redirect it, and then when you see your opening, you strike, but you aren't trying to say, well, it's coming in with a punch and I'll block it directly and then strike. It's the moving with it, and then when an opening presents itself, taking that.
You said something interesting too. You said sort of block in a sense, cover, and then look for your target in a sense, right? So the idea behind it is to kind of have a visual idea of where they are so that you can cover and block certain quarters of their body away from you. Is that part of it also?
I took the idea that kind of combines with what we were talking about with the sparring, and I thought this was more of a jiu-jitsu kind of feel to that same idea, which seemed to be thematic, which is flexibility and mobility as opposed to rigidity. So as opposed to looking at a person and saying, okay, I've got four quarters, and I'm dividing them up, and I've got precision here, precision there, it was basically just, well, what exactly is coming in? If I just do those things, this is what I have. This is the flexibility that I have to see a variety of things without thinking about it, without directing it towards any specific focus, or without even thinking about it in terms of block punch or block strike. So the cutting motions that we were using could have blocking capabilities, they could have striking capabilities, they could have throwing capabilities. It was very flexible and very mobile, and for me it was very freeing to open up the mind and